West Michigan. I'm Linda Balkema, and you are watching Alive and Well. Today, I am at the Blue Lake Township Fire Department, where I'm going to be interviewing a very special guest. Jonathan Jacobs is 26 years old, and he is the recipient of this year's, one of two recipients of this year's Guns and Hoses Hockey Benefit Game. That hockey benefit game is an annual event that takes place out at the Lakeshore Sports Complex on Airline Road. This year it is April 19th at 7 p.m. So please join us in hearing how you can help out both Jonathan Jacobs and 8-year-old Hunter O'Brien. Okay, welcome, Jonathan. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tell me a little bit first about your background.
Well, I grew up here in Whitehall. When I got out of high school, I was a combat medic with the Marines. I was a Navy hospital corpsman for a while. Coming home, I got my EMT license, went into emergency medicine and emergency response like my father. My father was a firefighter as well, so I was working at ERs and urgent cares all around the area, and once I got my EMT license, now I'm working for Blue Lake Fire Department and for Professional Med Team.
Okay, so you're going to be you are a firefighter now, correct? Or are you still in the training program?
I'm currently in Fire Academy. I was diagnosed about 3 months shy of graduating Fire Academy.
Okay, and that is the important story here. Jonathan is not just a firefighter, he is fighting for his life. And you were diagnosed with something called ALL. And can you tell me what ALL is?
ALL is acute lymphocytic leukemia. And pretty much what that means is
I know acute. Acute means aggressive. I understand that acute means very aggressive if it isn't treated. And lymphocytic, I believe is how you say it, means it comes from the white blood cells, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and you found this out just January 29th of this year, so it was very sudden when you learned this. What were the symptoms?
I got a fever of about 104, and I was fighting that for about 9 days and trying to treat it myself, hoping it would go away. And it didn't end up going away. I ended up going into the ER after 9 days of it. And I was diagnosed with pneumonia on that first visit and given antibiotics. And then 4 days later, I went back in because it wasn't getting any better. And within a couple hours, they admitted me, and the next morning told me I had leukemia. So,
wow, what a shock that must be like for both you and your family. Very difficult thing to hear. Tell me a little bit about what has happened since January 29th and what you've had to go through.
I went through the different stages of chemotherapy. The first is induction phase, and I was in St. Mary's Lax Cancer Center for approximately a month, where I received 2 rounds of chemo, and then they pretty much watch and make sure that your blood counts bounce back, that your body reproduces those blood cells. Now I'm in what's called the consolidation phase of chemotherapy, and every 21 days I have to go back into the hospital for about a week where they give me another round of chemotherapy, and then the 3 weeks afterwards is pretty much my body's immune system crashing and then building itself back up. And then the final stage after all this, hopefully when I'm in remission, will be 3 to 5 years of maintenance medications.
Wow. So through all of this, you have been still working to become a firefighter.
I've had just an outpouring of support from the members of my Fire Academy class and from my firehouse and really all the fire departments throughout the community. We have 2 instructors here at Blue Lake Fire. At Blue Lake Fire Department, we have 2 different instructors. We have Chief Radke and Captain Whitener, and they have both volunteered to take their time away from their everyday lives to privately tutor me and ensure that I get through my academics of the Fire Academy. And then pretty much what's going to happen is when I'm physically able to, I'll test out of the physical practicals and do the written portion as well and test out for the state license.
Okay. I know you're going to do that. You're a strong young man, and very impressive that through all of your treatment and everything that you've been going through, that you're still pursuing your career and your dreams. And you know, that's what you need. Hope and the surrounding community, and you can help, Jonathan. Let's talk a little bit about, do you know about Guns and Hoses? Have you been to those hockey games in the past?
You know, I didn't even know I didn't know the area had a Muskegon Guns and Hoses hockey game. You know, I've heard of Guns and Hoses hockey games before in other areas, but I didn't know our area in particular had one. And when Lacey contacted me, my first thought was there are so many other people that could probably benefit more from it. But, she told me that who better to be a beneficiary than one of our own, and I couldn't really argue with that. I don't have insurance because I work part-time for a professional med team because I was doing fire academy on the side. I couldn't do full-time. So as a result, I didn't have insurance, and this will really help get some necessities and get me through the bills and everything, because I can already tell you after 2 months of this, I've already got a stack of bills probably about a foot high.
I can only imagine. So no insurance, very important. You are very deserving to be a beneficiary of this. And so this year it is you and a young man named Hunter O'Brien. Have you met Hunter yet?
I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Hunter yet. I have talked to his mother a little bit online, and talked to her, asked her how he's doing and everything. I'm very excited to meet him at the hockey game.
Yeah, that'll be nice for the two of you to meet. I bet he'll be looking up to you as a firefighter, and you were a Marine? Is that where you?
Technically Navy.
Navy.
The Marines don't have medics. Okay. So as a Navy corpsman, as a Navy medic, we go through special training to be with the Marines. So we go through boot camp and med school. And then after that, it's all Marine Corps training. We wear their uniforms. We're placed in their units.
Okay, whatever branch of service, you are serving the United States, and we're very proud and fortunate that you did that for us. I have to say, now I'm going to ask, this might sound naive, but bald is in. Okay, so bald is beautiful. And is this a result of your chemo, or did you do this intentionally?
About 3 weeks into the induction phase, my hair started to come out in patches. And it wasn't so much a shock. I know that's one of the symptoms of radiation sickness and everything, but it got to a point where it actually started to just come out in showers and on towels, and it was just more of an annoyance than anything. Even though I keep my hair short, it was still just everywhere and in my bed, so I just decided to shave it off.
Well, you wear it well. You look very handsome bald, and that's the nice thing. For men, at least, you can wear bald well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about your family. How is your family? I'm sure this is very difficult for them. Tell me some about your family.
My mother's in Oregon, and she's, distance, not having that ability to come and make sure I'm okay physically and everything like that. It's hard on her at times, and she's had many sleepless nights, and as much as I tell her that I'm doing okay, she still worries because she has a mother. My father's been very supportive, and especially in the fact that I want to continue with academy and everything, and I'm pushing through because he was a firefighter. But my father's been taking me to my appointments and things like that, and he's just been very supportive and pushing me when I need it, and just taking care of me when I need it.
Okay. So when this hockey game happens, April 19th, you of course will be there, right?
Yes.
You plan to be there. Okay, and how could people help? Do you know what are some ways that people could help out?
They could make donations right to the Guns N' Hoses hockey game, or they can just come and watch the hockey game. There's a silent auction, I believe, at the hockey game as well, with a bunch of different items, including a signed hockey stick. And Hunter could really use everybody's help as well. And I'm going through this at 26. And I've because I've been around for 26 years, I have a little more, experience through the military and everything like that on how to push through. I can't imagine what it's like for an 8-year-old. Yeah.
And that's, very touching and strong for you to say that. I know it is very hard for an 8-year-old, but it's also very hard for you. You still have a lot of years ahead of you also, Jonathan, and we want to see those be healthy, productive years for you. We want to see your dreams come true. I know that you can go to www.gunsandhoses.com, spelled out just like that, gunsandhoses.com, and they do have an area where you can contribute your support if you're not able to make the hockey game. I know the hockey game is doing a 50-50 raffle. They'll have that silent auction. It's a wonderful, fun game. It's between, you can root for your police department with their guns. They won't have their guns that night, I promise. Or your firemen who represent the hoses. I think I heard last year that the firemen won. I think I've heard that the firemen win most often. Is that true? Do you know?
I checked the records and scores on the website. That seems to be the trend.
The trend. So We're rooting for the whole game because we're rooting for you and we're rooting for Hunter, and that's the important part. But it sounds like it's a lot of fun. So please, if you can, do come out to that game April 19th at the Lakeshore Sports Center in Muskegon on Airline Road. Okay, well, thank you, Jonathan. We're also going to talk a little bit with your chief. Are there any other things you'd like to share with us or any other words of wisdom out there?
I don't really see this as this big life-altering change. This is more of just a small bump of the road. This isn't going to stop me. Nothing should ever stop you from becoming what you want to be, and a firefighter and eventually a paramedic as well is what I want to be, and this isn't going to stop me.
I love that. What kind of, people that have a lot less going on with you tend to give up hope. And if this young man can fight through all of this and have that kind of hope, what a great mentor you would be for Hunter. It'll be good for him to hear you say those things and give him that hope that he can do whatever he wants to do and to hang on to his dreams. Okay. Well, I wish you all the best. I hope, you still have some treatments coming up, correct?
Actually this next week here and next Tuesday, I have to go back in for my next round of chemo, and I should be getting out of the hospital just about in time to spend a week at home and then go to the hockey game. So. Great. I know it does wear you out a bit. And how long generally are you down after you have your chemo? After the chemotherapy, like I said, I've only had one round of the consolidation phase, but the trend from this last one seemed to be I had a good week right out of the hospital. I was strong and able to do a lot of things, and then that second week is when my immune system kind of finally crashed and just wiped me out. And then you just have to rest. Okay. Well, you seem to be doing very well. Stay with us. We're later going to hear from Hunter and his mother, but we're also going to have a brief interview with the chief here, and I hope that you can join us, and please come out and support Jonathan and Hunter at that hockey game.
Getting this family together is like herding cats.
Simplifying things for families is a priority here at Grange Insurance. We offer a variety of policies through Grange Independent Agent.
Your partner in protection.
Whether you're a first-time jewelry browser looking for an extraordinary engagement ring, a couple celebrating your 60th anniversary, or you're just looking to treat yourself or mark an important event, Rothheim & Swanson Gemworks is proud to offer custom-made selections handcrafted in America. Silver, fine-colored gems, diamonds, and gold jewelry, as well as strands of lustrous quality pearls. From ring and watch appraisals to in-house jewelry design and repair, ring sizing, remounting, to a complete rebuilding, you can rely on them to keep your old favorites looking new. K&S Gemworks, Muskegon's community jeweler. Memories made one at a time.
At Langlois Home Furnishing in Muskegon, we've been serving West Michigan for over 65 years. Langlois is a local family-owned store with national buying power. We carry the largest selection of mattresses from Serta in West Michigan. Plus, we can help with design ideas. We also have a great selection of the latest top brand appliances and HD TVs. Discover what's new for you at Langlois Home Furnishings on Henry Street in Muskegon.
Northway Lanes and Billiards, featuring cosmic bowling, 50 auto-score lanes, automated bumpers, 8 Brunswick pool tables, snack shop, and banquet facilities. With over 100 leagues to choose from, it's Northway Lanes and Billiards.
Welcome back, West Michigan. I'm Linda Balkema, and you are watching Alive and Well. We are here at the Blue Lake Township Fire Department where I have been interviewing John Jacobs, who is 26 years old and an aspiring firefighter who is also fighting for his life. He is one of the beneficiaries that will be a benefit from the Guns and Hoses hockey game. That is the Lakeshore Sports Arena on Airline Road. It is April 19th at 7 p.m. Please come out and support Jonathan. Jonathan has a lot of hospital bills, as does 8-year-old Hunter O'Brien, who we will also be talking with soon. But Jonathan, we've had a nice interview here, but there's one more thing you kind of wanted to give a thank you and appreciation to some other people.
A lot of people talk about the brotherhood within the fire department. It's also the same in the EMS world. And as you know, I work for ProMed Ambulance as well as for the fire department here. And in a sense, they're also part of my family, and they've just taken great care of me. I've gotten a lot of necessities and things like that from people that I work with at ProMed. They've all come together and just done what they can to help me. I mean, I even got a bed from someone there at ProMed that has just been paramount in my healing. You know, having a good bed and getting good sleep is half the battle. And as well as the fire department here has been, you know, they've come together and are covering some of my bills and just my everyday living, and you know, as well as helping me through academy and everything like that. They've just been an incredible amount of support, and I can't thank them enough for that.
Okay, and you mentioned off camera about your loyalty and how you feel it's important that you finish this program.
You know, for most volunteer fire departments, it's a risk taking anybody on and putting them through academy because it uses, you know, that person doesn't pay anything out of pocket. The fire department pays for it all. And, you know, nothing stops them from just saying, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, and walking out the door, and then all that money's just gone, you know. So as a result, and, you know, all the time and effort they're putting into me and into making sure I get through and I turn into a good firefighter, I feel I owe them that loyalty in return to become a good firefighter and to keep pushing through and keep learning. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, I owe them that.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we're going to have Chief Radke out here and interview him so he can tell us a little bit about the program and the Brotherhood and how they are supporting Jonathan. With me now is Chief Radke of the Blue Lake Township Fire Department. And Chief, tell me a little bit about your department.
We have a 12-member department. We respond to about 200 calls a year, and we're volunteer, paid on call. We have a very good training program here for our people, and we are doing all that we can to get Jonathan through his firefighter 1 and 2 class. We are very pleased with his determination of completing this class. So if he's willing to make the commitment, we're willing to make the commitment. And my training captain and myself, Captain Whitener, and myself are working with Jonathan on his classroom portion of his firefighter 1 and 2 class to get him to the point where he can challenge the written test. And then after that, we're going to be working with Jonathan on his practical skills so that he can challenge the practical portion of the test. Like I said before, if he's willing to make the commitment, then so are we.
Well, he certainly is willing to make the commitment. He was talking to us about how important it is that he feels his loyalty is to this department, how much all of you and his EMT family also have done to help and support him. And I just commend you so much for doing that. Can we look forward to seeing you out at the Guns and Hoses hockey game?
I think a lot of us are going to be there that evening. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Have you attended any of those in the past?
No, I have not.
Okay, so you're just learning about the guns and hoses too. But what a great idea! Yeah, that's a great thing. Maybe they'll get you out on the ice and have you.
Don't know. We'll see.
Okay, well, it sure was a pleasure to come out here and meet with you and meet with Jonathan, and I just am so proud of him and all that you're doing. Tell me one more thing about when he has to go through this tough written exam, but then there's the physical part. When you say the practical part, that's like carrying. What do you do?
There are various stations that Jonathan would have to go through. It involves laddering a building, donning an SCBA, checking out the SCBA, going through a pretty much a rescue yourself course. doing a search and rescue of a room, connecting to a hydrant, and a few other ropes and knots, couplings. So there are several stations that he has to go through to do this, and some of them are pretty physically demanding. So we want Jonathan to get to the point where physically he can do this, and also he knows all the techniques. And like I said, we're going to be working with him in stages on this. We're getting get him through the written part first, and then we're going to work on the practical portion, get him through that. And then some of the other classes that he may not have taken during the Firefighter 1 and 2, which are additional classes, we've made arrangements for him to take those in the future, and we'll get him all the way through.
Okay, good. I know you will. I know they're going to get him through, and I know Jonathan's going to do it. So the way you viewers can help and support Jonathan is please come out to that hockey game. If you can't come out to the game, go to the website at www.gunsandhoses.com. It's all spelled out just like it sounds. And there's a place on there where you can make donations. You also can go to the hockey game and support the teams, or go to the silent auction, 50-50 drawing. Both Jonathan and 8-year-old Hunter O'Brien could really, really use your support. So thank you so much for watching. Hello, West Michigan. You are watching Alive and Well. I'm Linda Balkema, and we are here at the Muskegon Township Fire Station, and with me is Lacey Coons. Hi, Lacey.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So tell me about this upcoming event.
We are part of Muskegon Guns and Hoses. This is a charity hockey event that we have hosted for the last 11 years in Muskegon County. It'll be held on April 19th at 7 p.m. Lakeshore Sports Center. If you want a seat, you might want to show up early. This year, we have two great beneficiaries, one that you have already had the chance to speak to, and one that I'm going to speak of tonight. Hunter O'Brien is part of the Muskegon Township family. Yes, Hunter's mom works for Muskegon Township Fire as a paid-on-call firefighter. That is kind of how he became one of our beneficiaries, or came to our attention. He was nominated through the process that we have. He is, at this time, with his mother. He is under full care, so Mom didn't have an opportunity to come down, so I thought I might come down and share awareness about his situation and what we have affectionately been known as ALD, because I can't say the actual.
I think it's achinoleukodystrophy.
That's very good.
Okay.
ALD from here on out.
Yes, ALD. Well, it is a rare condition. Hunter is 8 years old. His prognosis is pretty bleak at this point. The family is very much in need of the support and help for some medical bills. It's been a very expensive and long road for them. This is a wonderful benefit that's been going on now. This is the 11th year, correct?
This is our 11th year. We have done at least one, if not two families for the last 11 years. All the money raised is local. It stays local, 100% goes back to the families.
How much was raised last year?
$10,000. It was actually our best year yet. We're hoping to do better this year, and you can help with that. We take donations. We have a website, www.muskegongunsandhoses.com. You can take business donations. There's links on the website for that. And then we also are able to take credit card donations this year, both at the door and on our website. And we don't sell tickets ahead of time, but we do take donations at the door as you come in.
Okay, well, that's a good point. You said arrive early, and I believe the game starts at 7 p.m. How many seats are available at the Lakeshore Sports Center?
That's up to debate. We're going to fill the place as full as we can possibly get it.
All right. So, Lacey, are you playing in this game?
I am, for the 11th year, amazingly enough. I am the goaltender for the Hoses team. Last year, me and Chris Wilkes, who was the goaltender for the Guns team, took over taking care of the day-to-day operations of this organization. I'm proud to say that this year we have become our own 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we have put in a lot of effort this year to hopefully make sure everybody has a good time and that we can manage to raise a good amount of money for both these beneficiaries.
Oh, that's right. Let's break that $10,000 from last year and hope to see more raised this year for both Jonathan and for Hunter. Both are very much in need of this. Also, I understand that you can take donations beyond. I see Buffalo Wild Wings. They're also doing raising money towards this on the 27th. I'm going to take a look right here. We have Muskegon Guns and Hoses fundraiser, a great cause and some great food at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Sunday, April 27th. So if you present this coupon, then 20% of your purchase goes to support the Guns and Hoses event, and will go towards helping both Jonathan and Hunter. So that's a wonderful thing.
They have been more than willing to help us out over the last several years. We have done this usually following our game. We will have flyers at the game to hand out, which will have the 20% coupon, which you will need in order for them to be able to keep track of it. But you can also get that flyer on our website as well.
Okay, good to know. And tell them that website one more time.
It is www.muskegongunsandhoses.com.
Let's talk a little bit about the fun that's going to go on that night. Now, this is some fun competition between the police department and the fire department. Who has the most wins over the 11 years?
I'm going to go with the fire side. I like to say that I don't keep track, but it is a friendly competition, to say the least. You know what, honestly, I believe that we have won more games than they have, but I'm going to tell you that isn't what really matters, and I think that that's the best part of it. We go out and we have a good time, and we might beat on each other a little bit, but we try to keep in context what we're out there doing.
Of course you do. And then the other point is, if you do have the most wins, that means this year they're going to come back really hungry to beat you. So it will be a good game to come and watch. And there's also a silent auction, and I'm sure you get a lot of wonderful donations for that. And
we have auction items from the Chicago Blackhawks, the Detroit Red Wings, the Detroit Tigers. We have been given several different big ticket items like a kayak. We are doing a playing card raffle for the kayak. Justin Applicator, who is a local star, NHL star, has given us one of his very own sticks and signed it. So that is very nice. And we have all kinds of items like that. We are also doing smaller raffle items, individual raffle items. And then we will have a 50-50. Last year's total, I think, was somewhere around $750 that went to the winner. And also, we will have the ability, again, to take donations at the door just via as you walk in.
Those silent auctions always bring in a lot, and it's pretty exciting. I'm listening to, I would like to get a kayak. I think that's fun. They're always a hot ticket item now, and anything to do with the Tigers or the Red Wings, that's always huge. So that right there. Of course, the main reason for you to come out to this event is to support Hunter O'Brien and Jonathan Jacobs. And Jonathan is one of your own also. I think he's probably one of the older beneficiaries of these games over the years.
He is. I'm pretty sure that we had a teenage, or probably 3-4 years ago, but that was as far as we'd gotten. And it kind of came to light this year because Jonathan found out very fast that he had leukemia, and it was kind of a, what do we do for him kind of thing. And as the beneficiaries came up and we had our meeting about it, it became, we really should help a brother out. He is with Blue Lake Township, and he was all of a sudden in need. There was, it just came on very suddenly for him. So we're really happy to be able to be in the position to help both Hunter and Jonathan. And it adds a little something for the fire side of things to have them both be family to us. So.
Of course, it's very touching. I want to say Jonathan was very humble about that, and he felt that he wanted to put the attention more on Hunter. He felt that Hunter had, being so much younger, but Jonathan's very young himself. He's only 26 years old, and he's got his whole life ahead of him. So it's very important that everybody comes out and shows their support to help out both of these young men. I think we have a letter here because Hunter's mother was not able to join us today. She's fully involved in Hunter's care at this point, and she did type up a letter that Lacey is now going to share with us.
Nicole writes, Hunter was your average 8-year-old. On a spring evening, 2013, while playing his favorite board game, Monopoly, he had a very bad headache, became blurred vision, and started to vomit. He was brought into Hackley ER where they did a CT scan. Changes were found in the white matter of his brain. After spending a weekend at DeVos Children's Hospital, he was diagnosed with ALD and adrenal insufficiencies. This is not uncommon with ALD to have the adrenal insufficiencies. ALD, for those who don't know, is a terminally ill disease that would eventually take away his ability to walk, talk, and eat before he would pass away within 2 years if not treated at all. ALD has not been shown to have an increase in incidences in any specific country or ethnic group, so keep that in mind. A bone marrow transplant was our only treatment option, and there is no guarantee that the transplant would stop or slow the disease. We started the search for a bone marrow donor immediately. Within 2 months of diagnosis, he had a transplant with a donor of a 10 out of 10 match. That is obviously the best that you can get. He physically responded well to the transplant and was in the hospital from June of 2013 to mid-August of 2013. He has had a little change in his MRI. Unfortunately, Hunter has had severe anxiety, trouble with his vision, and he is very off balance and can be kind of grumpy at times. He does not do well with social crowds. Those kinds of things kind of throw him off now. He is considered full care these days, and he won't return to a normal school next year. Right now, he goes to school from 3:30 to 4:30, and it is very important that he gets those opportunities. He does not play with toys anymore, nor do normal 9-year-old stuff. He does enjoy playing his WWE game on Xbox and watching it 3 nights a week. We are trying to have ALD added to the list of tests in newborn screening. If you would please go to www.whitehouse.gov, go to open petitions, and then it's under Save the Boys, because this is an all-male disease. And so you can help by going to the website and signing the petition. They're trying to head that up within the Muskegon area here. But it'll tell you a little bit about what they're going through on a daily basis with Hunter and his family.
Now, I believe you've told me, are there other boys that you're aware of or within this family that also have suffered from this disease?
Nicole has found now that apparently 4 other boys in her family under the age of 10 have been diagnosed with ALD.
Oh my goodness, and has that been recently or is that in the past that they
Most have been in the past. Apparently, one of them is now just receiving a bone marrow transplant as of the beginning of April.
So this has affected more than just one person within their family, and as rare as it is, but it seems they're finding out that it does take place within families, and they know that it's males. And so if they can get that in screenings for newborn males, they can maybe get to it and treat it much sooner, which is very important. Early treatment is very important.
So then there's not the deficiencies that have already taken place. They can do be aware of it, do testing and screening for it, and then have bone marrow donors in place to help, where you don't have a waiting period and you don't have any issues with disintegration of the brain matter or anything like that. It's there, and the availability is right there.
Right. So the sooner they find out about it, the sooner they can treat it. That's another important issue, is getting on that list for bone marrow transplants. I myself have stood in line and done that for a young man from our community several years ago, and it's something else that we can do to help these children that are suffering from this.
That's the beauty of this organization as Guns and Hoses, because we do a one-night event, which is great. We love it. We are able to help local families. We've always been able to help local families, but it helps in order to get word out about many different diseases, many different causes, many different families. And it's nice because all of our families that we've helped in the past will pay it forward. They come back and they help us with our games, and they help us promote our games. And I believe that is one of the only reasons that we have gained over the years, is because we have families that go about taking their time, spreading the word, and helping the future families, that we helping them obtain funds and even contacts. You'd be amazed within the community how many people go, well, I know somebody who had that, and this is the maybe somebody you should call. And so that kind of community contact has been great.
You bet. The awareness, the support system, everything that comes out of this. It's just wonderful that you've taken this on and that you do this. I'm glad. I wish you much success on your 11th game, and I know you'll have a lot of fun and also be doing such a wonderful thing for these 2 young men. And as you have for several children over the past 10 years, it's been amazing, the outpouring that has come from this community. You know, that's one thing I have to say about our community. Muskegon is always so good at pitching in and helping out their own. And so viewers, please do what you can to help out with this event. Please come and join the event. It's such a good cause and a good time.
We can't guarantee you great hockey, but we can guarantee you a good time.
Well, that's good to know. It's the first time I've heard about it, so the word is spreading, and I'm looking forward to coming to the game and seeing what it's all about. It sounds like fun, and to give that support. So thank you. Please join us on April
19th at 7 p.m. Lakeshore Sports Center on Airline Road.
Okay, and get there early. You might want to get there about 6 for parking, and to get in, we want to pack the place. All right, thank you.
Good bids on the silent auctions. That starts at 6.
Oh, yeah. There'll be some bidding wars going on there.
Absolutely, I think so.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Lacey. It was a pleasure meeting you. I appreciate this.
Which would you rather do, this or this? We thought so. For the jobs nobody likes to do, Batka's cleaning service.
Wanted cars, trucks, vans. Sprague's Auto Parts offers top prices for your wrecked, junk, or unwanted vehicles. Cash on the spot. We pick up or you drop off. For more information, call 231-726-2988. Sprague's Auto Parts, 81 South Getty Street, Muskegon. We buy cars for cash.
The Pizza Ranch, featuring a buffet that is guaranteed to please even the pickiest eaters. From a full soup and salad bar, pizzas and breadsticks, to mouth-watering roasted chicken, potatoes and gravy, vegetables, drinks and desserts, all for just one price. Their menu features a wide variety of delectable favorites. You can dine in, carry out, or have your meals delivered. There's something for everyone at the Pizza Ranch.